Rob, what is our third main topic today?
Well, John, this is exciting. Byron M says, Dune was absolutely and easily my favorite movie last year. The only thing wrong with it was how abruptly the movie ended. But even that just made me more excited for the sequel. I saw that they have finally started shooting part 2, and I wanted to get your thoughts on what we should be expecting from the sequel and how excited you guys are for it. Thanks.
I mean, listen, I could not put into words just how gorgeous and beautiful and wonderful Dune was. I mean, there haven't been many, but there has never been a better iteration of the story of Dune put to screen than what they did here. What they did visually, and not just VFX for the sake of VFX, they leveraged visuals to tell the story, to immerse us into the world of Arrakis, where the spice must flow. Mm-hmm. Like they did such an incredible job bringing us there and putting us in that world. It was just incredible. And my wife, who knows nothing about Dune, when we went to go watch this movie, this was her first exposure to the story of Dune. It became one of her favorite movies of all time. And now she's counting down the days to when it's coming. And it's now finally being shot. Now, I say finally because this movie should have been in production while the first one was coming out in theaters. Yeah. They absolutely didn't even mention, I kind of pitched them the idea, hey, why don't we shoot these movies back to back? But they wanted to be cautious. And you know what? I'm never going to fault anybody for being cautious. So that's fine. But we should be getting this movie coming out this month. But instead it's shooting right now. And we now know, listen, we know a lot about this thing. Actually, they just released a brand new synopsis for part 2. And this is what the synopsis is. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety who wrote the following about the synopsis. The official Dune Part 2 synopsis from Warner Brothers and Legendary reads like this. This follow-up film will explore the mythic journey of Paul Atreides as he unites with Chani and the Fremen while on a warpath of revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Facing a choice between the love of his life and the fate of the known universe, which is something that comes up at the end of part 2, he endeavors to prevent a terrible future that only he can foresee because he has the gift of sight, as we learned in the first one, right? Now, on top of all that, we've gotten a long laundry list of all the new things. Number 1, Elvis has entered the building. Austin Butler has come in. He's playing the Harkonnen. We got Florence Pugh, who's playing the Princess of the Universe. 2 of the hottest performers in the business right now. Austin Butler.
Princess Irulan.
Florence Pugh. Leia Seydoux has joined this film. She's playing Lady Margaret. So that's incredible. We've got Christopher Walken as the Emperor.
Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV of House Carino.
Yeah, but that's not how Christopher Walken's going to say it.
Yeah, no.
I cannot do a Christopher Walken. Paul Atreides. Like I can't possibly do it. And then of course returning Javier Bardem and like this cast is not just big names. That's the thing about this cast. It's not just big names. It's super talent. You're talking about an Academy Award winner in Javier Bardem. You're talking about a multiple Academy Award nominee in Timothée Chalamet. You're talking about Leia Seydoux, and you're talking about Austin Butler, who's going to get nominated for an Academy Award this year. Yeah. You're talking about Florence Pugh, who by the time her career is done, she's going to have, I think, a couple of statues on her. I mean, it just goes on and on. So we're seeing this incredible list of talent being added to an already incredible list of talent. The synopsis sounds great. Anyway, Rob, you take a look at this. The movie's now in production. It's the tangibilization of this thing. You read the synopsis that they're putting out for it. You're seeing all this new cast that's being added. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, John, you know, I call myself the Viceroy of Verisimilitude. Well, I didn't call myself that. Other people have called me that. I just adopted the name. Dune had peak verisimilitude. I don't think in the history of science fiction filmmaking, verisimilitude is the quality of being real, where you believe what you're watching. Dune is the most believable science fiction film in terms of everything looked absolutely real, from the ornithopters to the sandworms to the different planetary environments to all of Arrakis. I mean, it's unbelievable. The sound design, that film's incredible. I expect nothing less of part 2. The thing about part 2 is, unlike, say, the David Lynch film or even the TV miniseries, they kept the first part of the movie fairly simple.
Yeah.
They didn't introduce a lot of the other factions involved. They didn't introduce
even a lot of the mythology.
And they kept it simple, which I thought was smart. This, you're going to meet the emperor of the known universe, Christopher Walken, who was kind of the architect of this, pitting two houses against one another, or they needed to destroy Duke Leto because that family, the Atreides family, threatened the emperor's power because people like him. People like Duke Atreides, so let's get rid of them all. So you're going to see a lot of political machinations, and then, of course, at the same time, you see Paul Atreides basically become the Messiah that has been
Muad'Dib,
prophesized. Muad'Dib. He was prophesized. Of course, we also find out that the Bene Gesserit sisterhood made up all those prophecies and seeded them into. So that's all a bunch of BS. But it doesn't matter. It all plays into. It's just great. It's going to be so much more action packed. I can't wait to see. Battles on a massive scale when the millions of Fremen rise up, led by Paul Atreides, and take on the Harkonnens. Then you're going to have Paul fight Austin Butler, Fade Ralpha, and all that.
Let's not give away all the details of part 2 for people who haven't read the book.
Yeah, it's going to be a big, action-packed political thriller. I think it's going to be, dude, it's probably going to be one of the most satisfying. You can't call it a sequel because it's really part 2. And John, I hope it does really well because I really want them to make this second book, which is Dune Messiah, where what happens at the end of Dune engulfs the galaxy and billions of people die. I want to see that.
Well, listen, I think this is going to be banger. This is
Dude,
an absolute banger.
It doesn't get more banger.
This movie's now, to me, Florence Pugh featuring Dune Part 2.
Florence Pugh, the movie.
If they give her the ornate dresses, I can't imagine what she's going to look like. She's going to, and same with Lea Seydoux.
Look at the costume design of part 1.
My God. I can't wait to see the Empress of the, Princess Irulan. She's not the Empress, she's the Princess, but whatever she's dressed in, I just want to see a long, what is it called? A train? Train, a long, I love her.
Can't wait to see it. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Dune Part 2 is now officially shooting. They're in front of cameras right now. People are acting. Film is being shot. What are you looking forward to the most? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. Hey guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. In the age of social media, you might think that everybody's life except yours is perfect because everybody always posts the best memories, the most glamorous shots. But you and I both know that's not how life is. We get pitched some serious curveballs, and sometimes it seems like a lot of them. And we always encourage each other to get out there and to get into better physical health, going to the gym and eating right. But it's about time we started paying more attention to our mental health as well. And that's where our friends at BetterHelp come in. Because see, BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional therapy done securely online, available to people worldwide. You can log onto your account anytime and send private messages to your therapist, or you can schedule weekly or phone-only sessions if you're one of those people that's not really comfortable being on camera. And getting therapy every week is as easy as just a few clicks on your laptop or phone. It is time to invest in your own mental health, and BetterHelp is a great way to invest in yourself. And right now, they have a special offer for all of the John Campea Show listeners to get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Campea. That's 10% off your first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/Campea.